SHTF is a bad situation, but does not always have to be the end of the world. You might run through your personal SHTF or really find yourself confronted with something that does not only seriously ruin your day, but maybe even everyone's life. So, it's never wrong to be prepared. And for that, it's always right to be able to defend yourself. What's even better is to do this quietly. No, this is not about preparing yourself without drawing too much attention, but about shooting without too much attention. The quiet gun allows you to do exactly that. You can fight yourself out of a bad situation without making it worse by letting everyone hear that you're in one. In other words, a quiet gun allows you to get away when the loud bang of another gun would make that close to impossible. For SHTF, the best guns are not only quiet, they're also magazine-fed and at least semi-auto. That allows you for fast follow-up shots if they are necessary. You never know how many bad guys might get the idea to confront you at the same time. Number 5, the Q Honey Badger. Q Honey Badger does not only come with a cute name, it's also chambered for 300 blackout. This makes it a great suppressor host. In general, suppressed rifles are a great idea. You can reach out to quite some distances while at the same time saving your ears some pain. That's even more the case if you use rifles with barrel lengths of less than 20 inches. Now, you might want to think about playing with 5.56 or 7.62 NATO ammo to make them subsonic. However, you reduce their performance to ridiculous levels. That's just not the way to go. Apart from that, you might also discover that your action will not run reliably anymore with such downgraded rounds. There are other better options out there. One is to go for a pistol caliber carbine. However, not only is their performance lower than that of a true rifle, they also might fire supersonic rounds. You would have to be careful to choose the right ammo and barrel length. The rule here is that the barrel should be short and the bullet heavy. The Q Honey Badger goes another way. It is as small and quiet as the MP5SD, but at the same time lethal out to 300 yards and even beyond. The answer is the 300 Blackout cartridge. It runs in an AR-15 action, and you can use supersonic and subsonic ammo at the same time. This way, you can get for longer ranges if necessary or for more stealth when required. The gun itself is not heavy, and the rounds are light as well. However, there is a downside. The ammo is not always and everywhere to find. The Honey Badger is a niche gun with niche ammo. Both cost more than other options. In the end, it's a question of what do you want or need more. If you really want to go quiet with top performance, 300 Blackout is king, and the Honey Badger just the right package to deliver it. Number 4, NFX 45 Tactical. The NFX 45 Tactical has it in its name. It's chambered for 45 ACP. As a nice feature, it comes with controls that are big enough that you can activate them even when the adrenaline is pumping, and you lose your fine motor skills. At the same time, the placement of the controls make them safe against accidental actuation. The pistol has been designed from the beginning as a host for suppressors. The barrel is threaded and has a long service life. Being cold hammer forged, it's very accurate. Being double action, single action, it sports ambidextrous controls that include safety and decocker as well as slide and mag releases. Especially noteworthy is the fact that it has a capacity of 15 plus 1 rounds. That's not necessarily ultra comfortable when you have smaller hands, but it can be managed. Number 3, HK45 Compact Tactical. The HK45 Compact Tactical comes, as the name suggests, chambered for 45 ACP. That might not be as tactical or commando like a 9mm, but it does do its job quite nicely. More importantly, it is commonly available so that you can find it also after the end of the world. And it's super easy to suppress. That came from the fact that standard loads for 45 ACP are subsonic. That reduces the noise level quite nicely, and you still have all the terminal performance it comes with. The HK45 Compact Tactical is designed to be a suppressor host, and you get a capacity of 8 to 10 rounds. It's not the best, but it's okay. Do not forget that more rounds come with a bigger grip that is harder to hold. You can also get it with the control scheme you want. It can be double action, single action with a safety. Instead of the safety, you can get a decocker in a double action only version, or you can have it in single action cocked and locked like the good old 1911. Number 2, the Beretta M93. The M93 is the newest member of the 92 family from Beretta. It is ultra reliable and comes with a threaded barrel including a thread protector. It can be had either with a safety that is also a decocker or with just a decocker. Features a Vertex-style vertical grip that allows you to shoot naturally and also mitigates the rather long trigger reach. Chambered in 9mm, you get to shoot some cheap ammo when training with it, and you can always find some rounds in an SHTF situation. Also, being smaller and lighter than any other calibers, you can carry more of these rounds with you. The M93 can also be used by shooters with smaller hands or when you wear gloves. While the pistol cannot be called small, it is still small enough to be concealed. That allows you to be inconspicuous when the situation calls for it. There is one big downside, however, using a suppressor. You might find it hard to use the sights. Normally you can use suppressor height sight, but this pistol uses only standard height sights. There are ways to get around this, but a flagship pistol being designed as a suppressor host should allow you to aim easily. This mistake is even more unforgivable as the M93 is no budget pistol, and it's also already upgraded. Apart from that, it's a very good all-around pistol that will work well for you in an SHTF. Number 1, the Ruger 2245 Lite. The Ruger 2245 looks a little but like the gun of Buck Rogers, but aesthetics aside is quite useful. Coming with a threaded barrel, it's no problem to install a suppressor. Top rail allows for mounting optics, and the control layout is, in one word, excellent. It can work well with a suppressor and is very reliable. The rounds in .22 caliber are not loud to begin with. With the suppressor, you'll be on the same level like an air gun. Added advantage is the weight. The pistol itself, some spare mags, and a lot of .22 rounds will not break your back when carrying them around. Also, you do not take up much room. Last but not least, with this smaller caliber, you'll be able to hunt small game without destroying too much meat. On the downside, .22 long rifle is not necessarily the best of the best when it comes to self-defense. However, being in survival mode, you should plan on avoiding engagement anyway. If push comes to shove, you can greet an attacker with a whole cloud of .22 long rifle projectiles. That should do the trick. Thanks to the low price for .22 long rifle, you have no problem to stockpile enough rounds for any SHTF situation. That is another not unimportant advantage of this little cartridge. Finding yourself in an SHTF situation, being stealthy or inconspicuous is the best way. Avoid fighting, and you stay alive. If you are pushed into a fight, staying quiet is a good way to stay unbothered by others. You can deal with the threat without generating a host of different problems for you. Get a good suppressed gun and good quality subsonic ammo. Train with it, and you will be ready if the day ever comes. If you think we forgot a very good and quiet gun, well, let us know in the comments and tell us what makes this gun a great option.